Hey guys, Joe here, and welcome to my channel, Not So Average Joe. I'm about to watch Game of Thrones, the first episode, Series 8, and I cannot wait. I'm really excited. So, the real question is who will live and who will die? So, let's look at what characters we have. We have the Hound, we have Daenerys Targaryen, who I think will die in this series, especially when, after we find out that she is not, the first in line to the throne. It's going to be Jon Snow or Aegon Targaryen, as he's actually called. We've got Bran Stark. There's lots of theories around Bran Stark, not getting into that because of, spoilers. We have Jorah Mormont and Arya Stark. Arya Stark's one of my favourite. I hope she doesn't die this series. She's one of my tops to survive, fingers crossed. Theon Greyjoy, who we know is going to save, or trying to save, Yara Greyjoy now. And he's just left Dragonstone, so I'm not sure we're going to see him in this next episode, probably the episode after, and I expect that one or both of them will die in the process of him trying to save her. Euron Greyjoy is not going to let him go away that easy. Got Brienne of Tarth along with Jaime Lannister. I hope they get to meet because Jaime Lannister's on his way to Winterfell. Again, that may happen in this episode. They're going to try and have as many people meeting up as possible and trying to blend it in as much as possible with the last series so that we get to see pretty much all the characters again. We've got Davos Seaworth, another one of my favourite characters, along with Tyrion Lannister, both amazing in terms of their acting and their monologues and just the clever writing for these characters. Jon Snow, I've already mentioned Jon Snow. So we've got Tormund. I'm really worried for Tormund this season. I think in this episode he might die in the first episode. I remember in the trailer we saw Beric Dondarrion. What I thought was Beric Dondarrion getting stabbed in the back. I know they're both still at the wall. They've just left the wall. They were there when the White Walkers penetrated through. So I'm extremely worried that they might be the first to die. And I really, I love Tormund. He's a great character and I really don't want him to die. He's one of my favourites again, but I think it might happen. Beric Dondarrion, whether he can die or not, I'm sure he can eventually, but he's already died a few times. We have Sansa Stark. Sansa Stark is a lot more intelligent than she leads people to believe, but she's also quite crude and quite arrogant, I think, in a way, and jealous as well. So, again, I think she might die also. She's currently the Lady of Winterfell. She's not going to be so anymore as soon as Daenerys arrives. We have Samwell Tarly and Gilly and the Sun. I think, Samwell Tarly's and Gilly are at Winterfell at the moment, and he just found out from Bran, and both of them have found out together and worked out together that Jon Snow is the son of Lyanna Stark, etc. So again, that should be interesting when Jon Snow finds out about that. It's probably going to be in the last 3 episodes, I reckon. Episode 4, 5, or 6. That's what I expect. We've got Varys. Varys will probably end up dying. He's not the most major character anymore. We've got Podrick and Bronn. Bronn, I think, got left behind at King's Landing, and you got Podrick, who, well, Podrick is Podrick. And Cersei Lannister I don't think is pregnant. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but I really don't think she's pregnant. She's faking it. She's trying to dupe all the others, pretending that she's going to come and join them and that she's really pregnant so that other people will think that she's, changed, or she's trying to do something good for her baby. Tyrion, I think, is not clever in that respect because I think he actually believes her, and that's not going to benefit him or any of the people in the north when they find out that she actually was lying to them all along, which they shouldn't really be surprised about. It's Cersei effing Lannister, for God's sake. Okay, so that's pretty much a lot of the main characters. We've got Grey Worm and Missandei as well. They obviously love each other. They slept with each other now. It'd be nice to stay together, but Game of Thrones loves ripping people apart. So, Grey Worm's probably going to die in battle. Again, we'll wait and see. So who else have we got? We've got Beric Dondarrion. I've already mentioned him. I think he's going to die first, second episode max. Yara Greyjoy. So Yara Greyjoy we know is with Euron Greyjoy, and we don't know how he's treated her or what he's done to her yet, so I'm a bit worried for her, but hopefully she'll be saved by Theon and his gang. We'll have to wait and see. Melisandre, again, we'll have to wait and see. We only saw her at the beginning of the last series, and she's banned from the north. If she turns up, Jon Snow said he'll have her killed. but there's still some room for her to have some sort of story, some sort of closure here in this series with, you know, before she dies, that is. Next we have, I've already mentioned Euron Greyjoy. He's going to try and sleep with Cersei, or he wants to. It's not going to happen. There's no way, I don't think, that Cersei will ever let him sleep with her. She's just wrapping him around her little finger. And he's gone to get the Golden Army and the elephants and all of the other amazing creatures and amazing fighters that are in the Golden Army and in Essos, and that's going to be, you know, a major force against, I don't know, the White Walkers or the North. Whoever wins, Cersei said herself, whoever wins, she'll fight them. She'll let them fight each other, and if they both lose and if they pretty much almost kill each other, then she'll take out the rest of them. And then maybe Dario Naharis will turn up. You never know. He may turn up, and that'll be another interesting thing to see, because he's currently still in Essos. Can't forget Edmure Tully as well. Edmure Tully, I think he has more of a role in this series from what I remember, from what I've seen somewhere. And again, it'll be interesting because he really hates the Lannisters. He hates the Lannisters so. He also hates the Freys, who are all dead now, thank God. But he hates the Lannisters, so I think that we will have to see what happens. I think he will go up north as well and help defend the north against the White Walkers. Robin. What's his name? Robin Arryn. Robin Arryn we haven't seen much of, but he should be an adult by now, like 18 or 17 or whatever. He's technically the Lord of the Knights of the Vale, or whatever they're called, so again, it'll be nice to see him, even though he was a horrible child. It'll be interesting as long as he's for the, you know, defending the King of the North and Daenerys against the White Walkers. I don't care if I don't like him or not. That's, you know, the more people they get, the better. Lyanna Mormont, little Lyanna Mormont, amazing character, doomed to die, I think, but an amazing character nonetheless. Hopefully she'll survive. I have a feeling she won't. They like killing off children in this show. I've never forgiven them for killing off Shireen by burning her at the stake. Massive mistake. And made everyone hate Stannis at the end of that. It's not how it happened in the book. That never happened in the book. And that was frustrating for a lot of people. And of course, you can't forget the Night King and his, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many there are of his White Walkers that are with him. I think there's 4 left. There could be 3 left, but I think there's 4 left. And what about the Mountain? The Hound versus the Mountain will be a great end to this story, to their story. But what about the Hound and the Mountain? It would be a great end to their story. We'll have to wait and see if that will ever come to fruition. But the Hound must die, and if the Hound doesn't kill him, then the Mountain is still on Arya's list, so Arya can kill him, along with Cersei. They're both together most of the time, so she can kill them both at the same time. So let's just get straight into Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 1. Oh my god, I'm so excited! Oh. Wow. Whoa! My god! They actually did the wall. That looks so incredible! The way they've got the White Walkers spreading. Oh, this is so epic, this opening. Ooh. Where was that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, wow. I love all these new scenes of going inside Winterfell as well. Inside the main dining area. That's so incredible. Oh, the crypts as well. That is the best opening scene ever. Whoa. So cool. Oh, I just finally get to see Jon Snow and he's going straight past her. Oh no. She didn't really have any interaction with Tyrion Lannister though, did she? Ooh. Here's one. Here's one that she won't forget. Ooh. And Gendry. I think she really likes him. She really does like him. In a certain way.
You should consider yourself lucky. At least your balls won't freeze off.
You take great offense at torture, but love telling eunuch jokes.
Why is that? Because I have balls. You do.
Wow. That shot is amazing. Oh, I get to see Bran Stark. He hasn't seen him yet, has he? gonna start getting all emotional soon.
You're a man.
Almost.
Oh, she's jealous. Look at that.
You left Winterfell a king and came back a... I'm not sure what you are now. A lord? Nothing at all?
It's not important.
Not important. We named you King in the North.
Knew this was gonna happen.
We have brought 2 full-grown dragons. And soon the Lannister army will ride north to join our cause.
Why would you tell him the Lannisters are coming?
I know.
It's not helping the situation.
Haven't been friends in the past.
It's making things worse.
But we must fight together now. Or die. Last time we spoke was at Joffrey's wedding. Miserable affair.
From its moments. Apologies for leaving like that.
Yes, it was a bit hard to explain why my wife fled moments after the king's murder.
We both survived.
Many underestimated you. Most of them are dead now.
True that.
You used to be taller.
Oh, there you go.
How did you sneak up on me?
How did you survive a knife through the heart?
I didn't.
This is the episode of reunions. Getting all emotional now. It's gonna go bad from here though.
Love it.
Needle.
Have you ever used it?
Once or twice.
Well, a bit more than that.
I'm afraid I bring terrible news. The dead have broken through the wall. Good.
Oh my god, I can't stand her. She's insufferable. Well, Euron's back with the Golden Army then.
But first, I'm gonna fuck the queen.
Thank god. If he says first I'm gonna fuck you. That would have been another incest twist. But you're not gonna fuck the queen. Cersei is not gonna touch you with a finger. That can be like misconstrued. Misinterpreted.
You are a true friend of the crown. And an honored guest.
Good. As a true friend.
Can we fuck
an
now?
honored guest. I was hoping we'd talk in private.
After the war, that was our agreement.
What? What? No. That's not happening.
Our Queen's brothers are unlikely to survive their northern adventures, but in the event that they do...
What's that for?
She has a keen sense of poetic justice.
That fucking family.
When the Citadel expelled me, I thought I would die poor and alone. But in exchange for my service, Queen Cersei made me her hand. What will she do for the Manor Ritzer of her treasonous brothers?
Are you fucking kidding me? Is he really going to take orders from Cersei to kill 2 people that have made him what he is today? Tyrion Lannister and Jaime Lannister.
I wanted those elephants.
Are you actually shitting me? Are you kidding me? She actually slept with him.
So?
I've underestimated Cersei, clearly.
To the fat king.
You're insulting my late husband.
Are you offended?
Then again, if she gives him what he wants a little bit, then he's more likely to obey her. It's her plan all along.
You might be the most arrogant man I've ever met.
Mm-hmm. You're the most arrogant woman.
I like that.
Ew.
Now I want to be alone.
My God. There's nothing there.
I'm going to put a prince in your belly.
Ew. Ah, so maybe if he actually gets her pregnant, because she's currently not pregnant, I still don't believe it, then she's got an excuse. See, I was pregnant all along when actually she wasn't. Oh! That's one of Euron's ships. Theon! This is so much earlier than I was expecting. Yeah! 2, right? I shouldn't be too happy. Something bad's going to happen to one of them. I'm sure. Can't be this easy. Had it coming.
You want to go to Winterfell? To fight for the Starks? Go. What is dead may never die.
What is dead may never die.
But kill the bastards anyway.
The gratitude is lovely, but that's not my point. The Northmen are loyal to Jon Snow, not to her. They don't know her. The free folk don't know her. I've been up here a while, and I'm telling you, they're stubborn as goats. You want their loyalty? You have to earn it.
I need to see more of the 3 wise men together. More often.
She doesn't need to be my friend. But I am her queen.
Hold your tongue.
If she can't respect me,
What are you going to do about it? You're seriously just about to tell Jon Snow, if she can't respect me, I'm going to have to kill her.
go on.
Yeah, come on. You need to ride one day.
I don't know how to ride a dragon.
Nobody does until they ride a dragon.
What if he doesn't want me to?
Then I've enjoyed your company, Jon Snow.
Oh my God. It's so risky. That must feel incredible though. Look at that view. I can see what they spent the money on this season. Spent a lot of money on animating the dragons and just the landscape, the locations. Oh, this music. This is like a new take on Daenerys' theme. Oh, gorgeous music. Love it. Looks gorgeous as well.
It's cold up here for a southern girl.
So keep your queen warm.
Oh God, that line. Get a room. Pervy dragons. What the? There's one perv dragon.
Cripples and cocksuckers. Which one are you?
Leave him be.
Oh, we've been waiting for this one for a while.
I heard you were here. You left me to die.
First I robbed you.
You're a cold little bitch, aren't you? Guess that's why you're still alive.
He's not on your list anymore. Don't even bother.
That was a nice axe you made for him. You've gotten better.
Yeah, thanks. So have you. I mean, you look good.
Oh my god.
Thanks.
Get a room, you two, as well.
Here's my wish.
I knew it! I
What do you need
effing
something
knew
like
it.
this for?
Can you make it or not?
You already have a sword. What's that?
And you always saw in the trailer Arya with a dragonglass spear,
It's Valyrian steel.
the
I
Winterfell
always
yards
knew you were just
fighting
another rich girl.
an enemy.
So you're the man.
Rich man? Am I? Your Grace?
The one who saved Ser Jorah when no one else could.
They could. They just wouldn't.
Well, there must be something I could give you.
If it's not too much trouble, I could use a pardon.
For what crime?
I borrowed a few books from the Citadel.
Oh, he's
Also
so innocent.
sold
From the Citadel?
from my family.
Oh,
It's been in House Tarly for generations, so it would have been mine anyway, eventually.
he doesn't know about
My father had...
the death of his
The
dad and
death.
brother.
Not Randall Tully.
He doesn't know Daenerys killed him. Shit.
I offered to let him retain his lands and titles if he bent the knee. He refused.
Oh my god. And it's her telling him as well.
At least I'll be allowed home again, now that my brother's the law.
Oh my god.
Your brother stood with your father.
Your father was horrible. But he's still your father. Oh no. It's the worst way to find out as well. Oh my god.
Thank you, Your Grace, for telling me. But may I?
Of course.
Tyrion did say this was going to bite you in the backside.
It's time to tell John the truth.
Right
You're
now?
his brother. Shouldn't you tell him?
I'm not his brother.
Daenerys. She executed my father and brother.
Oh
They were
no.
prisoners. She didn't tell you.
Nope.
I'm so sorry. Would you have done it?
I executed men who disobeyed me.
You've also spared men. Thousands of wildlings when they refused to kneel.
I wasn't a king.
But you were. You've always been.
What are you talking about?
Your mother was Lyanna Stark. And your father, the real father, was Rhaegar Targaryen. You've never been a bastard. You are Aegon Targaryen, true heir to the Iron Throne. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot to take.
My father was the most honorable man I ever met. You said he lied to me all my life.
Yeah?
Your father, Ned Stark, he promised your mother he'd always protect you. And he did. Robert would have murdered you if he knew. You're the true king. Aegon Targaryen, sixth of his name, protector of the realm, all of it.
He's not reacting well.
Daenerys is our queen.
She shouldn't be.
That's treason.
It's the truth. You gave up your crown to save your people. Would she do the same?
No. Tormund! Oh no, I was worried he's going to die in this episode. They're at the wall still. Or they've left the wall. Ah!
Stay back, he's got blue eyes!
I've always had blue eyes.
Oh, I've never been so relieved in my life. Oh my god!
Boy, it's a message from the
Oh my god, that's why the Umbers didn't come to their aid.
Winterfell. We're on foot.
We rode down from Castle Black.
My god!
If the horses last, we'll get there before the den.
Oh, did his eyes just open?
The Night King doesn't come first.
Oh, fucking hell. I knew it. That is horrifying. It's like in the first episode where that girl was pinned to the tree. And the arms are going around the same shape as that rock circle up north. Oh, Bran knows about him, doesn't he? Because he's the one that tried to kill Bran, so Bran must know by now. Bran knows Jaime was the one who tried to kill him. There we go. It's getting interesting. I want to keep watching now. Okay. So what can I say about that? So, interesting. It was the episode for reunions. You get to see Daenerys meeting lots of new people for the first time. You get to see Jon Snow meeting Arya for the first time in ages, along with Bran Stark. Reunions for the family. Arya Stark with Gendry, Arya Stark with the Hound, although she's not happy with the Hound, you can see that right now. So yeah, it was the episode for reunions, the episode for tension building between the North and Daenerys, because, as Jon Snow said, they don't like outsiders, people aren't used to outsiders, and they stay within their own, basically. So what's interesting, Cersei actually slept with Euron Greyjoy, which shocked me, but it also leads me to believe even more that she's not pregnant. He said that he's going to put a baby in her belly. He obviously doesn't know that she has been telling people she's pregnant. I still don't think she's pregnant. I think she's lying. Theon Greyjoy has saved Yara Greyjoy, which I knew was going to happen. Didn't think it would happen in this episode, and actually I thought one of them might die in the process, but it seems too easy. They've managed to quite easily sneak up on Euron Greyjoy. But then again, they're both Greyjoys. All of them are equally as sneaky as each other. So Theon's going back to Winterfell. And Jon Snow's finally ridden the dragon, which is great. I knew it was going to happen at some point, eventually. I wasn't expecting Jon Snow to find out about his true lineage again in this episode. I also completely forgot about the fact that Sam didn't know his dad and his brother were dead, and the fact that Daenerys actually admitted it to his face. I mean, it's a lot of bravery and a lot of risk doing that. And overall, it was a solid episode. Visually, it was really good looking. It was beautiful looking, and I loved the music, the different amalgamations of, you know, Daenerys' theme and the Stark theme. Really liked that. That opening credit scene is the best of all of the Game of Thrones opening credit scenes I've seen so far. It was mostly set in Winterfell in the north. Just that opening of going through that hole in the wall was amazing, and the way the tiles, the paper tiles of the actual, you know, opening were coming from the wall and turning over and going blue as the cold was spreading, as the White Walkers were walking past the wall. That was just amazing. The Umbers are dead, all of the Umbers, so winter's come for House Umber as well as all of the others that happened in the previous series and the series before that. House Umber is now defeated. And that was a shocking scene. I really was not expecting that. As soon as I saw the boy out there, I honestly didn't even think it was the Umber boy at first. And as soon as he said, "Oh, it's the Umber, Lord Umber, the Umber boy," whatever he said, really did not get that. I'm so glad that Tormund hasn't died. I had a feeling he was going to die in this episode. But in the trailer, I specifically saw Beric Dondarrion. I'm sure I did get stabbed in the back. So next episode, that's probably going to come. We'll have to wait and see. It doesn't look like they've got to Winterfell at that point. So I'm still worried, but I don't care too much about Beric Dondarrion. I mean, he can come back to life again. Doesn't mean he will. I'm worried for Tormund. I'm really worried for Tormund. What else did we see in this episode? Gendry is going to make a spear for Arya. I knew I saw a spear in the trailer. She was using a spear in the yard of Winterfell to attack whatever was in there. Probably the White Walkers. The Whites. And it looks like a spear made out of dragon glass. But then why would she then show her Valyrian steel knife? Is it a dagger? Is she going to have the dagger turned into the spear maybe? We'll have to wait and see. They haven't got enough food to feed everyone as well as the dragons. There's a lot of anger and a lot of jealousy going on. Sansa doesn't like Daenerys. She's pretty. She feels threatened by the fact that Daenerys is really pretty because, you know, Sansa's known to be beautiful, and the fact there's another beautiful queen there, she's not too happy with that. But she respects her brother enough to deal with it either way. Jon Snow now knows he's Aegon Targaryen, the real heir to the Iron Throne. That's going to cause a lot of tensions between him and Daenerys. And yeah, overall a solid episode and a couple of little shocking moments in there, although nothing too major. I mean, it's the first episode. They're just trying to incorporate all of the characters again and get them all back together. We saw no Brienne in this episode, but we did see Jaime. We got Jaime, who's finally arrived at Winterfell, to Bran Stark, who was sitting there staring at Jaime Lannister. Bran Stark has now seen an image of his, where he saw in some of the flashbacks in previous series that he's being pushed from the window, and he obviously knows that Jaime Lannister has pushed him from the window. And that's going to be an interesting one if Bran Stark tells his brothers and that, tells Jon Snow and tells Sansa and Arya, just let you know, Jaime Lannister was the one that pushed me out the window. That is an executionable, how can I even say the word? That's an executionable offence. And we'll have to wait and see, but I don't think that's going to happen. Jaime Lannister will work with his brother Tyrion and the others and to fight the White Walkers. So he'll be there for at least episode 3, I think. And he'll have to meet Brienne at least once before he dies. I still think he's going to die. I hope Brienne doesn't. Brienne's another one of my favourite characters. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is a great episode. And yeah, so far we can cross the Umbers off the list. They weren't on my list at the beginning of all the characters. I completely forgot about all of the child lords and ladies. They're all child lords and ladies as a result of the adult lords and ladies being killed in battle, particularly like the Battle of the Bastards, for instance. So the Umbers are gone. So House Umber's gone. Lady Mormont's still here, thank God. I hope she remains because, again, funny enough, a lot of the female characters are some of my favourite characters. Lady Olenna Tyrell was one of my favourites. Well, probably was my favourite until she died, but her death scene was such an epic scene. The monologue was absolutely amazing. I hope to see Cersei die. She is the worst. I really hate her. So Cersei's the worst. She can die. Euron Greyjoy, he can die. The Mountain, he can die. So pretty much, yeah, I don't care too much about Jaime Lannister. He can die for you know, I'm starting to feel sorry for him, but he's done too much. I think he can't be forgiven to a certain extent. Daenerys Targaryen, I think, will die. Especially now we know that she's not the next in line to the throne, and now Jon Snow knows that. He doesn't need to give up the fact that he's King of the North. I reckon he's going to end up being the one that tells her, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think she's going to react well to it at all. Anyway, I keep having a power cut, so I'm worried that I'm going to get electrocuted, so I'm going to leave you here. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Join me next week for episode 2 of Series 8 of Game of Thrones. I'll see you then.